Hello. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Good. I'm in Vegas and the Raiders are playing tonight. And at Allegiant Stadium, it's the first game of the season, the first game in Allegiant part of a season game. And so there's no way in hell I'm stepping downtown.
You thought the black hole was bad in Oakland. Come on down to Vegas, baby.
It is so packed. So I had to drop Joe off at the airport yesterday, and the airport was packed, was a madhouse. And so it's just so here, you know how we were like, how is it going to go with the Raiders being in Vegas? Like, how are they going to have fans? You can pay extra to get a Raiders license plate, and they're everywhere.
That sounds like a city that's excited to have its new flashy toy. You know, like are those Raider license plates going to be going around a strong 10 years from now?
Yeah. So Joe's flying in tonight during the game.
Ew.
Okay, so here the exit for Allegiant is the same exit as the airport. I'm gonna kill him.
Ew.
No, he flies in like an hour after the game starts. I'm hoping like I'll wait it out to like the first quarter and then go grab him and then come back.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine then. Okay, as long as it's not like 20 minutes before kickoff or yeah.
Oh yeah, it would have been terrible. But yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's Ravens, Raiders. Ravens are probably gonna win.
Are the Raiders bad again this year? Like new city, same team?
Yeah.
Okay,
but the Ravens quarterback, a lot of people would say Lamar Jackson's a lot better than Derek Carr, but their stats are pretty much equal. But they also just got a 20-game. The Ravens did a 20-game preseason streaks, which is like the greatest of all time. So they're coming off like a really big, like a high. So they're
like they've won 20 preseason games in a row.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's like 5 years of preseason games.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy, right?
You know what? Okay, that would be, if I were a Raiders fan, that would be the record that I want. Like when everyone's coming up to me being like, Raiders, you'd be like, yeah, but have you seen our preseason record?
See, Raiders can't even do that, though.
Right? They can't even do that. I love you, Raiders fans. I love you. I love you. I love you.
They're pretty loyal, but they're everywhere. Like I had to go downtown to pick up a friend, and I told him I made him Uber back. I was like, I am not driving back down there.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, he didn't mind. He was like, I'll Uber back. Don't worry about it.
That's, you know what though? I mean, that's cool. That's
yeah. He goes, I know you don't want to go down there. Because then I wanted to watch football yesterday, and I said, I do not want to watch football on the Strip. It's half the price because we're in Henderson, and there's plenty of places around here too, and it's half the price to not eat on the Strip than to eat over here, and then it's not as crowded.
See, I haven't been to Henderson, but I heard Henderson is basically like a Vegas light, only not as crowded. It's like it's got all the same features. It's got its own little mini strip. It's got its own things, just like Vegas. It's just not as busy.
It's really nice. I like Henderson a lot.
I've heard really good things about Henderson.
Mm-hmm. So what are you up to? Tell us about Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh my God! Can I first say that like I had the weekend of weekends. I probably had, doing as little as I did, one of the best weekends I've ever had in a long time.
Oh, good.
First of all, I watched football this weekend. Okay.
What teams did you watch?
I didn't watch football because I wanted to watch football.
Did you watch the Packers get their butts destroyed? It was disgusting.
No, but I didn't hear from my buddy John either, so I knew that they lost.
Yeah, okay.
But I watched the Niner game because I wanted to go disc golfing, and my buddy Nick told me, he's like, I'd love to go, but the Niners are playing, right? So I popped on the Niner game as the second half was starting to look at the score to see if he was going to be in a good mood or not. And I saw the score. I'm like, hey, bud, I'd be a jerk if I didn't ask, but I'm going to go disc golfing after the game. What you up to? He's like, yeah, I think I can go.
Okay.
So I did that. And then Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, my God. I also wanted to talk about Stockton Con. Do we do that here or the next one?
Okay, so I've been a football fan for years, and you've never cared. But now that your new boyfriend, Nick,
Yeah.
watches football. That's like the third football game you've watched.
Yeah, well, because I have to gauge whether or not my friend's going to go play with me. I have to see what kind of a mood he's going to be in.
Okay.
In a relationship, you really have to get to know the other
Good
person's
morning,
moods,
Jennifer.
right? Good morning, Jennifer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And their love languages.
Right. And Nick's love language is football.
My therapist just asked me on Friday what my love languages were.
What'd you tell him?
Acts of service.
That's right. Acts of service and physical touch, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think since I've been single and I've been working on mine, I think mine is words of affirmation, and I think it stops there.
Does it?
I think so.
I can see. Yeah, I can see you. You're very much words of affirmation.
So,
okay, go ahead.
So can I tell you? Oh my God! So Napoleon Dynamite was the coolest night. I will never have another night like I had Friday night at the Gallo Center ever. And I was so lucky and so fortunate. And I like the best thing that I could do that whole night was just shut up and soak it all in. And I did. So
you narrated the show. How did that go?
Yeah. Okay. So the narrating went really well. The movie itself started at 7:30 at the Gallo, right? I showed up at 7:15 thinking that I was going to introduce the movie. The new CEO of the Gallo did a phenomenal job. I hung back in the green room. When I got there, I thought it was just going to be me. Management told me that Napoleon and the cast, like John, and Ephraim, wouldn't show up until the moderating was about to start, right? They were all back there. They were all back in the room I got dumped in. So this guy, Jeremiah, took me back. He's like, all right, well, here's your room, guys, right? So it's just me, John Heater, John Grice, who played Uncle Rico, and Ephraim Ramirez, who played Pedro, in this room for like an hour and a half, just the three of us. And it was so cool. So the guy that plays Uncle Rico, John Grice, his dad was a director. And so like the movies in the 70s, Helter Skelter and stuff like that, his dad directed all of that. So he had story after story after story of like old Hollywood stuff. Like he was like, oh, this one time like Marlon Brando and this other guy took a body out of the morgue and took it out to the desert and burnt it because they weren't going to let him get buried in that blank cemetery over there, It was really cool.
That's cool.
So halfway through the movie, when everyone's watching the movie, they have their money, they get their stipend money to go get food, and they were going to go to the Phoenix Noodle House. And this guy, John, that played Puerto Rico, looked at me and he goes, hey, man, you're on stage with us too. Let's go get dinner. What? And I was like, oh, man, you guys can go do your thing. I'll hang back. He's like, are you kidding me? Come on, let's go. Okay, let's go.
I love that. I'm glad they were cool guys.
It was the four of us at the Phoenix Noodle House, just the four of us. There was no management or anything. Like, I'm just talking to Napoleon and Pedro and Uncle Rico. Like, it's just us, right? It takes about 3 minutes for everybody in there to realize who's at this table. And the guy, John Grice, looks at me and he goes, they're not here for us. They heard your voice and they know you're here.
They know. Thanks for listening to Mornings with Madden and Riley. I mean, we have big fans here.
And he goes, if you need us three to get up from the table and clear out so they can sit with you, that's okay. And so I got up. He didn't have any tots. He had pho. So I got up and I moved back, and people, they were so gracious and so humble and so appreciative. They took all the pictures, they did all the autographs, and then the owner of the Phoenix Noodle House came out and said, I'd like to give you guys dinner on the house. And they all tipped the waitress like $50. And we all took pictures with the owners and stuff. It was so much fun. And then when we got out on stage, and the cool thing about them is they slip into character like that. So the very first thing they did when they got out on stage was they recreated the fight between Uncle Rico and Napoleon. And it was just the coolest thing. I don't think I'm ever going to have an experience like that ever. Like if my job went away tomorrow, that was my career moment.
Was it awesome? I'm so happy for you.
I had so much fun.
Sounds cool. I'm glad they're cool guys.
They were really, really, really cool guys. So
that's awesome, Ian. I'm so happy for you.
We had a blast. Then management hit me up a day later and just said, hey, how did it go? And I tried not to fanboy, but I just gushed. I'm like, oh my God, they were so cool. I want to do that again. Please let me know where they're going next.
I bet they liked you too, though. They invited you to dinner, but that doesn't happen all the time.
I think so. And then the guy that played Uncle Rico, like I really kind of, how like in a group of people, you really gravitate towards one person? Yes. I gravitated towards John Grice really, really like naturally. And so at dinner, like Ephraim and John Heater were talking a lot, But John Grice and I sat there looking at Coinbase, and we talked cryptocurrency for about a half hour. It was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Pedro did have my vote. Absolutely, they were so cool. And Pedro talked about how he came up with a voice in Napoleon, because when he hears like, maybe I'll build him a cake, right? He's saying that when he was doing the audition process, he was doing that voice, but he was doing it faster like this, and then they kept telling him slow it down, and so eventually he's like, maybe I will slow it down like this, right? So I'm not. Anyway, that's what he was, and he was going through that whole process, and just to hear how they did everything, I could gush all morning long about it. I really could.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
That sounds like an awesome weekend.
It does. It was a really good weekend. And then in the next stream, because I know we have a whole lot to talk about. I know that you're in Vegas, you have a whole lot to talk about. But on the next stream, if we can, I got loaded up this weekend with like some childhood stuff that like really brought me back.
You went and saw your mom?
No. I got some stuff this weekend that
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll talk about that next. All right,
bye, guys.
Bye.